thousands of years in the Mediterranean. They later moved into China, brought into China. And within a single species, Brassica oleracea, we get all these different vegetables: cabbage, collards, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kohlrabi, and they're all interfertile. In terms of other Brassica species, this is all one genus, right? This is all Brassica, not just Brassicaceae. Other Brassica species, we've got mustard greens, rapeseed, turnip, rutabaga, and Chinese cabbage. Here we've got all the different things that we've produced from Brassica oleracea: Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, kohlrabi, cabbage. It's really pretty insane when you think that used to all be one species, right? Humans are pretty good at artificial selection. And here's what it actually looks like naturally, just like a super standard, typical mustard plant that we have artificially selected into all these things. Nuts. Broccoli, cauliflower, collard greens, sprouts, kohlrabi, kale, cabbage, all originate from that one little goofy species. There is everything all in a single plate. Brassica napus is also super important. Brassica, this is where we get the vast majority of vegetable oil. You go up to Canada or even the northern US and you'll just see fields and fields and fields of this stuff. So, in terms of the malvids, today we covered Brassicales, Myrtales, and in general, so Myrtaceae, this is nearly all the information I'm going to give you, so just kind of look through your books on that. I think it's only a page or two on Myrtaceae. 144 genera, 3,100 species. It's pantropical, and really most diverse in warm temperate Australia. In Myrtaceae, you're going to get largely trees and shrubs. Their kind of defining feature are these terpenes or volatile compounds. A lot of the leaves are going to have pellucid dots in which you find these volatile compounds when you crush them up. The flowers are usually bisexual and actinomorphic. You're going to have a very well-developed hypanthium. The sepals can be 4 or 5, same with the petals. Stamens are usually going to be a ton. If you've ever seen a eucalyptus flower, they're all got a ton of stamens coming out of each of those flowers. And you're going to have 2 to 5 fused carpels. The ovaries are nearly always inferior or half inferior, and you're generally going to have a barrier capsule. Myrtaceae has a lot of different invasives or aliens, at least to the US. So eucalyptus has about 500 species, and it is a huge issue in California. They've been growing eucalyptus there now for a couple hundred years, and all those big old eucalyptus trees are finally starting to die, and just kind of, they were planted there for windbreaks typically. But it's really not like a useful wood. So they're kind of just crashing down and falling, and A lot of cities and towns in California are just trying to pull them up before they leave this big trunk that's going to take forever to decompose. Melaleuca, also known as callistemon or bottlebrush. You've got about 100 species. They're very invasive in the Everglades, especially. Everyone knows bottlebrush. It kind of looks like a bottlebrush. And the red flowers with like, I mean, it looks like what you would clean a bottle with. I think everyone's seen them. We've got one. We've got some in the lab today. In addition, you've got Psidium guava or guava, which is really just planted across the globe at this point in the tropics or subtropics, but it's actually a really big issue in the Pacific Islands. And that's it. Zoom through that. So for lab today and tomorrow, don't forget that we're doing both 8 and 9, last week's and this week's. So there's a lot of very specific questions in that lab. So we have everything set up for you. We want you to just answer the questions and zoom through, because it is a lot of stuff for 1 week, but we think you guys can do it. So just, yes?
Don't spend so much time drawing.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of things ask for drawings. We're not gonna have you guys do drawings just to expedite things. But, I mean, so now we're finally into family identification. So the purpose from here on out is for you guys to learn the families themselves. So get an idea for each family. Those questions are aimed at getting you to recognize kind of defining features of those families. But again, you guys have a lot to do this week, so don't overly focus on one specimen or one flower. Cool? Yes?
Are you guys going to post the lectures from Tuesday and Thursday online?
Yes, absolutely. Good? Yes?
So when should we expect to have grades posted?
Great. We need to get the numbers from Amy for the exams. We've got all the lab stuff ready to go, but the way it's set up in e-learning is that you need to like combine everything before uploading it. So it's kind of a pain. But we'll email Doug and Pam and see when we can get those exam numbers. Yeah.
No, we didn't do any quizzes. Typically, I mean, what we talked about at the very beginning.
Got all your emails. Press.
Oh, you might have missed the Bailey's snap and more, because I don't know. Do you wanna?
I'm just gonna